All right. So everyone, I just want to welcome Jonathan.
Yeah, how's it going, guys?
Yeah, this is Jonathan. So basically, Jonathan wanted to know. He asked two questions. His first question is, he said, his first question was, how are you such an epic speaker and such a good, talented person? That's his first question.
Yeah,
I appreciate that, but not that. The second question was, how does one incorporate Judaism into the modern world? And my response, which he's going to rebut in a moment, was that the answer is you do it like you do anything. Meaning, the example I gave was oxygen. How do you use oxygen in France, and how do you use oxygen in Italy, and how do you use oxygen in Israel? The answer is you use it. Right? Now my friend Yishai is begging to knock me out. So let's see what he's got. Hit it.
I think that is not entirely true.
Oh, that's the way I like it. Yeah.
Because more than half of all Jewish law of the mitzvot are based on the Beit HaMikdash. It's not there anymore. So in the modern world, there is a difference from what we do now and how we used to practice. Because maybe more than half of our mitzvot are gone. There's a lot that changed.
Shai, you're right with what you just said. That I don't think that changes anything, though, because although you're right that we can't do certain things,
then it's changed how we practice our Judaism. We do different things. It's changed.
What do you mean? How does that matter? 1 second. No, now I'm understanding what you. How do you understand the question when I say? In the modern world, do you mean that we don't have the Beit HaMikdash? That's how you're understanding the question?
I think it's part of I think another part of the question
Could it
is
be that if we had the Beit HaMikdash, there would still be a modern world?
There would, if we still had the Beit HaMikdash, there would still be differences in how we practice, I think.
Well, again, I don't think that the having the temple or not having the temple, I don't think is part of the equation of the question. Meaning, yes, now that we don't have that, we can no longer do that. And now we have prayer. That's true. Prayer existed before, but it became more widespread. Got it. But it doesn't change the question of how do we deal with Judaism in the modern world. Because even if we had the Beis HaMikdash, we would still ask that question.
Okay, then still I think...
Is that accurate?
Yes, then still I think there's a change because... I don't know. And back home I'm a volunteer to be like a shomer in front of the shul. And I feel like in times of these, in the modern times, it takes more of us, more of Jewish children that have to break, not even break Shabbat, but break Shabbat to protect because of the rising anti-Semitism.
Yeah, this is just a simple question of, you have to, if you're in France, you have to make sure you have francs. Is that what they use?
Euros now.
Euros. Oh, what's francs?
Francs is still France, but it's like olden day France.
Okay, yeah. Euros.
And they do that.
What is it?
Switzerland.
Right? And if you're in America, you can use US dollars, and in Australia, Australian dollars, and you're in England, you use pounds sterling. But, okay, that's just adapting to know what to use and how to use. Judaism doesn't change, though. This is the most important thing to really comprehend. There's one thing that has to get clear, and it's either true or it's not true. If Judaism is correct, in other words, what do I mean by Judaism? By Judaism, I mean Torah, I mean God, right? I mean what people call orthodoxy, but all I mean is Judaism, right? It got hijacked with different titles of conservative and reform and orthodox. Those are fairly new inventions, right? It was basically, you're either practicing Judaism or you're not practicing Judaism. That's it. There are those that are doing a little more, those are doing a little less. But the point is, nobody's perfect. People make mistakes. We got all that. That's all that we got. We're not saying the person's not doing everything, you're doing nothing. But ideologically, one who says, this is true, and I'm living my life according to it, with making mistakes here and there, kind of like marriage, right? There's certain things that in marriage that you can make mistakes with, but you're still married and you can even call them in a good relationship. I've actually never used this analogy and I'm very excited for it. There are certain things that if a person does in their marriage, it's like, no. And there are other things like, no, but okay, no. Other ones like, no. In other words, within a relationship, there are ideas that are a little bit more sensitive than others. Who chose that? I don't know, but it is just, it's the way that it is around the world. So, for example, you tell your wife you'll be home in 5 minutes and you come home in 10 minutes. No. You told me 5 minutes, it's 10 minutes. Okay, how about this one? You tell your wife you'll be back in 5 minutes, you come back in 3 hours. No! So now, would you all agree that if that happens, those are reasons to get divorced?
No.
Whoa, chill! Bro, like, what is wrong? Are you German? Like, what's chill? I know the timing was off, but like, relax, hold! Okay, hold Schachtel, right? So, hold Schachtel, right? So take it easy. I spent German in terms of timing. Take it easy, don't hurt.
Oh, Austria, I'm German.
Yeah, no, me too. So anyway, so there's certain things that we say like, bro, like, what do you, okay, now what about this? The guy has an affair. He has an affair. Now, I'm really hoping that we're on the same page with this one, and it could be not, because some of you get freaky, but hopefully you're on the same page with this. Where are you from?
New York.
Okay, so you speak my language. So, who else is from America? Americans took over a year, boy! All right, so now, so you like this. If you found out that your wife was having an affair, would that bother you?
Of course. Yeah.
What? Yeah.
An affair means...
No.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't hear the second part.
Like, is the girl there or the guy? Because it's the guy. Okay. If you found out, New York, if you found out your wife's having an affair, would you be okay with that?
No, obviously not.
Right? But if you found out that she told you that she's going to the gym, and it turns out she lied to you, she's going to Ben and Jerry's. She's going to the ice cream store, eating ice cream. You'd be like, I can't believe this. How dare you, right? So we get it that there's certain things that, okay, there's trust, right? Again, there's different types of breaking trust. Hey, you broke my trust that you said you're on a diet. You're not on a diet, you know? And then there's like, you said you were with just me and you're with many people. That's a bit of a problem. Judaism. So, okay, so like, you know, a person goes ahead and they say something they shouldn't have said. You know, they didn't make a blessing before they took a drink. You know, they forgot. You know, they made the wrong blessing. Divorce, like it's over, like that's it. Religion's over. We're like, okay, no. And then there's somebody who like worships idols. What? Like, hold on, huh? Okay, so that's hard to relate to today. So let's go with more of like, someone doesn't keep Shabbos, or someone doesn't keep kosher. There's certain things that are like basic tenets of connection with religion. Now, could be someone grew up in a place, I didn't do that. Okay, I get it. But we're not discussing over here whether a person is a good or a bad person based off where they're coming from. Someone didn't know, they didn't know, right? And the same idea that they don't realize something's okay and they're not okay, it's a different story. The question of how does Judaism fit with the modern world, the answer is, what are you talking about? Like, if Judaism is correct, which is always the big if, right? We have to get clarity on that. If one can come to some understanding, some level of understanding. Was anyone by Discovery the other day? Yes. Yeah, so you see, like, if you go through and you see, like, how do we know these things? It's not just like randomly I'm deciding to do something, but there's actually backing to this. And it's not just like I believe, you know, or I have faith, but actually I have some sort of logical reasoning to go along with these ideas. So then if that's true, so then now we have to fit our life according to what the truth is. And therefore, it doesn't really matter what the situation is. So now you go and you say, well, let's say you're living in a place where there's danger, right? And maybe somebody would have to violate the laws of the Sabbath in order to protect the Jewish people. Well, how do we deal with that? Because the Torah says not to do that. What am I told you the Torah says do that? Because now you're not against the Torah. You understand? So the question is, it's not an adaptation to anything other than what are the laws of the Torah? The laws of the Torah are in this circumstance you do A, in this circumstance you do B. Right? So is one allowed to drive a car on Shabbos? Yes or no?
No.
The answer is not only are you allowed to, you have to.
If
Huh? if somebody's dying and you need to drive them to the hospital. Right? So the answer is, what's a circumstance? So you all said no because you understand that, yes, you're generally, the answer is you're not allowed to. Specific circumstance, it becomes not, let's bend the rules. No, that is the rule. You get it? So we say, so how do I deal with like Judaism in the modern world? That question means one of two things. Either it means, what are the laws of the Torah in the modern world? That's one way. Or the other question is, and this is more often the question, listen, I know there's a Torah, but the modern world, so like, let's bend the rules a little bit so that I can do both. And that doesn't work. It can work for you. You can do whatever you want. It is your choice to decide to do whatever you want, however you want, if you want. You can kill someone. You could do whatever you want, technically speaking. But that doesn't work. Get it? So when the question is that question, that becomes an emotional question. And that's normal. We're human beings. We have emotions. So it becomes an emotional question. That question comes up when I'm dating a non-Jew. That's the question, right? The guy dating a non-Jewish girl. Listen, God. I got it. You have your Torah thing. And I'm pro. Oh, by the way, God, just look at, I just want to, again, just before we start, I just want to thank you for giving me life every second and giving me the ability to breathe. And my heart, my liver, my lungs, my kidneys, my spleen, my appendix. I'm not sure why. Thank you for the appendix. But can we talk about something a little bit? Like, I met a girl, and she's like a really nice girl. You know what I mean? I know you don't approve. She's like a really nice girl. I'm like, we'll have Hanukkah also. It'll just be a Hanukkah bush. You know, around the holidays, we'll put a Star of David on the tree. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, the answer to that, by the way, just straight out, no. Yeah, but, okay. So I understand you're having an emotional breakdown. And if you'd like to not listen to me, says God, your choice. You can not listen. God gave us the ability to make choices, and you absolutely can make a choice not to listen. Are there ramifications to that choice? What do you think?
Yes.
Okay, so there's ramifications to every choice. Any choice you make ever, there will be ramifications. For better or worse. So death do us part. I love you with every single beat on my heart. Both directions. There's going to be things that are going to cantar. Cantar. Very singer. Cantaro. Cantar. I swear by the moon and the stars. So your question is one of two questions. It's either an intellectual question or it's an emotional question. If it's an emotional question, the answer is no. You don't listen, don't listen. An intellectual question comes down to like, okay, so what are the rules of the Torah in this given scenario, and how do I deal with that? I mean, it was a great question, and if I do say myself, a fantastic answer.
Yeah, it's a really good answer.
Jonathan, what do you think? Huh?
Yeah, no, thank you.
Yeah, I'd even make it in the English circuit, maybe.
Yeah, it would.
Okay, comments. What do you got?
I agree, but then...
You mean I concur?
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Yes.
I concur. That's a more sophisticated way.
Yes.
But
Ooh.
then...
Rebuttal.
Well, not even a rebuttal. It's just more like there's so many situations, right? Like even like the most learned Jewish scholar, like probably won't 100% it every time. Do you know what I mean? They won't even.
I think we addressed that though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're done with that, correct?
Okay.
I knew you were going to do that, which is why I preempted it. Because everyone does that. They go like, "Well, no one's perfect." I said that already.
Yeah.
5 minutes later.
But not even about being perfect. It's just about like not knowing, like because there's so many.
Some of them know something's a totally different game.
Yeah.
Some of them familiar with something. The level of accountability is dependent on the level of understanding.
Is it?
1 second. Yes.
Is it part of accountability being able to have a certain level of understanding?
Oh no, he did. Yes, he did. No, he did. The answer to that question is as follows. what does it mean that your level of accountability is dependent on your level of understanding? It doesn't mean that if a person can understand and decides not to, that they're no longer accountable. I'll give you a simple example. We have a lot of countries in this room. So let's use an example of, let's go with the English South Africa. Was it Chile? I've never been there. Is Chile the same, more or less, the drivers on the right side like in America?
Yes.
Yeah? So I guess you're the odd man out of here. Wait, Amsterdam also, right? Oh no, Amsterdam is the other side.
No, of course.
You know, John, they gonna sit there like that?
No,
Just let him give it to you like that. Come on, boy. All right, Vienna. Vienna, you're on the right side of the road. The correct side. Okay.
I think to be honest, I think the right side is the correct side. I think England and South Africa are weird.
You
England,
do know how to start with it, correct?
yeah, but England just decided that it was that side, and then
How
they,
come?
and I don't know the exact reason.
Because most people are right-handed.
Oh, okay.
Since most people are right-handed, in order to draw your sword, you need your sword on your left side.
Oh.
So you grab like this with your sword. Horses were the means of transportation. If you'd have everybody on the right, then their swords would hit each other as they went by. So they have an opposite side so they can pass each other freely.
I see.
It's very interesting.
No one has swords now, so.
I don't know if that's true. Check into it. I think
Yeah, no, it is true.
Is it? My man back me up. What up, man? Come on, boy. Will you chat you a bit of it?
Yeah.
Chat you a bit of it? See, that just call me chat you a bit of it. All right. So now, so let's say a person's driving in South Africa, right? You find yourself in Durban, and you're down in Durban, you're in Cape Town, or you're in Johannesburg, and you're driving on Tulbach, right, or in Worcester, right? You're driving along the coastline. And as you're driving, you get pulled over. And you get pulled over. Why'd you get pulled over? Well, you get pulled over. I'll give you actually an example, which would be a good example is where I grew up. Where are you from, New York?
Manhattan.
Manhattan. So Manhattan, how many roundabouts do they have there? Like none, right? So like the concept of the roundabout, you know, the kikar that they have here, and in England they have them, in Africa they have them, like this type of things. They have by you? Yeah, they have by you also?
No.
Right, those roundabout things?
Oh, they have it in other parts of America.
Right, New York doesn't have that. That's like that, not the norm. So there's actually different laws. You have to think a little bit. There's a general law that comes to New York that if you hit a intersection, right, a four-way, so then depending on who got there first, generally has the right of way. Let's say two cars are coming together from, you know, you have north, south, east, and west. Let's say you have someone coming from the south and someone coming from the east. So they go like this and they hit the stop sign at the same time, because we have stop signs at roundabouts usually. Who has the right of way? What's the answer?
Well, in UK, it's the guy to your right at the
It's
roundabout.
the guy in the roundabout, it's the guy on the right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Because
the
we
guy
drive
on
on
the
the
right.
left, so it's the guy on your
Oh,
right.
very good, very good. But when I forgot you're in the opposite side.
Sorry.
So in New York, if you hit the stop sign,
On the right.
whatever, the guy on the right has the right of way. But in a roundabout, it's the person on the left that has the right of
'cause you
way.
drive on the
Right, because they're the ones that are coming
Yeah,
in.
yeah.
So it's like you have to know the laws. So you come to your zone, you start driving, you're used to the guy on the right has the right of way. So you go in first, or you go in when the person's already like right going over there.
Yeah.
Cop pulls you over. So what are you doing? I said like, what's the problem? You didn't have the right of way. What do you mean? Of course I had the right of way, the car on the right. But on a roundabout, it's the one on the left. And he goes, what are you talking about? Where are you from? Manhattan. Oh, so you never knew this? No. Even though there's a concept that ignorance is no excuse, right, to get out, whatever.
You'll still get
But I get it. You're coming from another country. If someone's being a fair person, which I'm not saying you'll ever find, but if someone's being fair, it's not uncommon. It's not crazy to find somebody who says, you know what, I get it. I hear. You're from New York. You didn't know. I'm getting you off with a warning. We give you a warning. Makes sense? The concept makes sense whether it happens or not. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
No.
Right?
It's not fair. If you want to participate in traffic, you should know the laws of the traffic where you are. If you don't know that, you're at fault. If you make an accident, you kill someone. It's not, even if you're fair, it's still stupid to drive in another place without knowing if there are different laws. Maybe it's England and you drive on the left.
I don't want to get
Right.
stuck in the back and forth. Just a very simple question for you. would you, if you were the guy who got pulled over by the cop, and you made a mistake, that was an honest mistake, but you should still know. And the cop says, you know what, I hear you. Would you be like, idiot, give me the ticket?
No, of course not.
Good, let's move on. So now you understand the concept, that it makes sense that a person, all right. Now what about, I thought you stop at green and you go at red.
Yeah, that's a bit different.
Like, what are you talking about? The whole world goes at green and stops at red. That's like, bro, that doesn't work, right? That's not going to fly. Let's go with the third scenario. You get pulled over, and it's a rental car. Sitting on the passenger seat, it says, laws of the road must read before leaving the parking lot. Cop pulls you over. You say, listen, officer, I didn't know. He says, what about that book? Oh, I didn't read it yet. You're getting a ticket, you're not getting a ticket.
You'll get one.
More likely to.
More likely getting a ticket. Why? Because it was right there that you could have known. Like, it's one thing you didn't know, right? So let's say, for example, in this room, it's an amazing room, actually, with all the different countries here. It's really fascinating to me. But you have people that are, maybe some of your grandparents, great-grandparents, that are coming from, after Holocaust or during Holocaust. It was not a crazy thing to hear that there were babies that were taken, Jewish babies, that were kidnapped from their mother's hands, and they were raised as Christians, and they never knew they were Jewish. Heard of such a story before? Right? And kids get raised in Christian, what do they call it when the kids don't have a place?
Orphanage.
Orphanages, right? And they get raised in an orphanage, and they don't even know they're Jewish. And then what happens? The parents have to fight to get them back, whatever it is, right? So if someone doesn't even know they're Jewish, you're going to tell me to get upstairs. You say, well, you should know, right? You get upstairs in 120 years. God goes, why didn't you keep Shabbos? And you say, who? Why didn't you follow Shabbat? Where was I supposed to follow her? Hold on a second. What do you mean her? Well, what's Shabbat? I can mean kosher. What's kosher? Right? Someone growing up in Ireland, Scotland, in the countryside, right? And they have no clue they're even Jewish. You wanted the kosher? They didn't know what you're talking about. You're only held responsible for the level of your understanding and knowledge, what you know. I don't know something, how could you hold me responsible for something I don't know, or that I couldn't have known? But if there's something you could have known, you decided not to know, the book's sitting right next to you, decided not to open it up, the passenger seat when it says read here, then it's no longer you're off the hook. Now there's responsibility. You actually don't know, but it was right in front of you. It's like the guy who sits next to you on the plane, he's got the boing boings, and he's like this and that, sitting next to you like, shalom aleichem, are you Jewish? You're like, don't speak English. Put in like earphones and watch the movie. Then you die, and God's like, how come you didn't keep Shabbos? You're like, I never heard of it. What do you mean? You could have learned about it. When? You mean I sat Yankee next to you to have a conversation. You decided not to listen to that conversation. You knew there was something there, which is why you didn't want to listen to it in the first place. It's kind of like when a teacher comes in to tell you a new rule in school, but you know they're going to tell it, so you don't want to hear it, so you go, la, 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 la. Just because you didn't hear it doesn't mean you couldn't have heard it, in which case you know you're held responsible for such a thing. Does that make sense what I'm saying? You're held responsible to the level of your understanding. If you don't know something, you're not responsible for it. If you do know something, then you are responsible. Now, some would say, great, ignorance is bliss. No, I don't know about something. This is great. Is it great? Is it great?
Yeah.
Because now it sounds like great, so let me not know things and let me live my life great, It's kind of like some of you that come into this yeshiva, you come in here, you're like, before I came, your life was good. Now I know things, shoot, and I have to follow them. Why'd you even tell me in the first place? What's the answer to that?
Knowledge is power.
Keep going.
What else to
Don't
say?
stop there.
Power is power.
Yeah.
Knowledge is knowledge.
It's different if you have the opportunity to learn and understand, and you don't take that opportunity, you're also held accountable.
That's what I said. Yeah. Correct.
Yeah.
But is it worth it to learn it, to be held responsible?
Yeah.
Or let me not know it altogether and not be responsible?
Well, you're still held responsible. If you don't
No, what I
know
mean
it,
to say, that's true. I mean to say, let's say it could be that I never would have known in the first place. Is it better for me for never known in the first place, or to known it and not be more responsible? What do you got?
I'd say it's better to know it and not do it because we're actively learning Torah.
Just want you to just repeat what you said. It's better to know it
better-
and not do it?
No, yeah, I'd say it's better to know it. I mean, like right now, if let's say before we came in here, let's say someone didn't keep Shabbat,
Yeah.
but now someone's coming in here, decided to come and actively learn.
Yeah.
Now this next Shabbat they still don't keep it, but they know a little more about keeping Shabbat. I think it's better that way because they actively went to go learn.
Great. So I want to talk about the guy who never hears about it in the first place and doesn't have to think about it at all. So would you rather be in the scenario that I don't know any of this at all, therefore I have no responsibility in it because I never heard of it, don't know nothing, or that you know about it and now it opens up the responsibility?
But it's more scary to know about it and have the responsibility.
Yes.
Because even though it's like better, then surely that means you're going to be like punished more by the time you die or whatever.
You'll be punished more in terms of the responsibility of the things you live up to.
Yeah.
So what you could do is live up to it.
Yeah, but then what if it's too late? What if you've already
You're
had
still here,
opportunities to
you're
learn?
alive, go for it.
Okay.
Change your life. I'll give you an example of playing this out. If you had an option of working at a company and making 20,000 quid a year,
It's not very much.
all right, 100,000.
That's better more. Yeah.
All right. You can work at a company and make 100,000 quid. The other option is you can work at that company with exactly the same job, but make 100 million quid. Which one would you prefer?
Which one gives me more equity? No, yeah, probably the 100 million.
Wait a second. What just happened? Okay, what would you take?
Obviously the 100 million.
If all things are equal, other than the fact of the numbers, what would you take?
Yeah,
100 million, right?
yeah.
Now, I don't know it works in England, but I know it works in other parts of the world, and that is that there's something called the IRS. Heard of them before?
Yeah.
Right?
There's also called something the Cayman Islands.
Very good.
This guy's got a couple of accounts, right? So we have the government, which is basically monitoring. Do they pay more attention to the person who has 100,000 quid a year or 100 million?
Obviously the 100 million.
So why would you want to take that risk? Wouldn't you rather have the 100,000 that are not coming after you than 100 million that they are coming after you?
That's true, to be honest. Like,
No, it's not. The answer is you still take the 100 million and just hire good people so that you don't break the law.
but what if the good people you hire?
Put aside
make
that.
mistakes,
I'm
you know?
still asking this question right now. You have an option: 100 million or 100,000. You can choose.
I'd probably still go for the 100 million.
Exactly. So my point is that even though
Yeah.
it comes along with the responsibility, it's worth the responsibility. Just have to now check yourself where you wreck yourself. I'd rather get more out of life with risk than get less out of life with no risk. Right? Does everybody get that concept? Therefore, it's certainly worth it. What do you got? Got nothing?
I'm just
Where are
listening.
you from?
Los Angeles.
Where?
Los Angeles.
L.A. Los Angeles. Yeah. All right, gentlemen. Any other questions? I'm bouncing. All right, so in the shell of a nut, in a nutshell, what comes out from this simply is, the question isn't how do we work religion into the modern day, right? It's how do I act in any given circumstance, in any given era? It doesn't matter to me what the era is. It could be the Middle Ages, it could be the 20th century, the 21st century, it could be in Vienna, or it could be in LA, or it could be in the Netherlands. It doesn't matter. It can be Chi-Chi-Chi-Le-Le-Le, no matter where we are, or even in the islands called Manhattan. It doesn't matter where it is. You tell people you grew up on an island, that's like the best way to say it. Where you from an island? I'm also from an island. The long one, you know?
Yeah.
I'm from the Long Island. Anyway, so the point is that the question is, what's the truth? And once the person can figure out what that truth is, how do I go ahead and work that truth? How do I live that truth no matter what circumstance I find myself in? That truth may not be what I want. But it's pretty silly not to want truth. Everybody wants truth. The question is whether we want the truth. We all want truth, whether we want the truth, meaning because that's going to impact my life. Where is that coming from? That's coming from our upbringing. We're all raised by different circumstances and situations and family and society and ideas. different ethical principles, whatever it is. At the end of the day, the question is that primary or is that secondary to the truth? Is that the truth or is it secondary? If it's secondary, it makes sense to figure out what the truth is, then try to attach yourselves to it, whatever that may be. And the other questions, common stories, groups, and facts? 5, 4, 3.
I have a very other
Oh,
question.
baby. Very what question?
A very other question, and we're talking.
Hit it. Off topic.
Is it like worse to do your tefillin like in the afternoon and in the evening than in the morning?
Yeah.
Is it worse?
Yeah.
Is it worse to do it? A person should make sure they put on tefillin every day. Ideal is to be done, real ideal thing is to do it the entire day. Really, we're supposed to be wearing tefillin the entire day. Why we don't do that is simply because we don't necessarily have what's called a guf naki in our mind and in our body, and we're not always having the proper focus, and when wearing tefillin, we're supposed to have the proper focus. So what has become the norm now is that during Shacharit, the morning service, particularly when we're saying Shema, because in Shema it says about wearing tefillin, therefore we go ahead and we wear it during the morning service. Afternoon doesn't have Shema, so therefore it's less of a time, but people still sometimes will do such an idea. The ideal is to put it on in the morning for the prayer service for Shabbos. However, if one didn't do that, that doesn't mean they lost their opportunity. You should still put it on at some point during the day. We don't put on tefillin at night. It's not the time when we put on tefillin. We can always say Shema at night, but it's not the time of putting on tefillin. And therefore, the ideal thing is doing it during the day. So when you ask, is it better, is it worse, is whatever, the ideal time is morning time during the prayer service. If one didn't do that, try to put it on at some point during the day and immediately. The reason why I say immediately is because whenever we say we'll do it later, we end up forgetting. It means to grab that opportunity. Did that address the question?
Yeah.
Yeah. What did ChatGPT say?
No, two things. So one, isn't it considered like doing the mitzvah half full if you're doing the afternoon, regardless if that was the earliest you could have done it? Isn't it still considered doing the mitzvah half?
Why?
Is the correct time to do it is the morning time to shop your prayer,
Why?
because that was how it was.
Okay.
I don't know why I got decided.
Were you listening to those? What I was
I know.
answering?
Also,
I gave the answer. What's the answer?
because it's when you say Shema.
And the Shema says
Shema says
to wear tefillin.
It's fun. But
That's
also, even in Mincha, even if you put it on in the afternoon, you're still supposed to say Shema in the afternoon when you put on your tefillin.
Wow.
What?
I didn't know that.
No?
You could,
Aren't you supposed to?
if you'd like to. It is a common practice. You don't have to.
I thought like the main prayer you should say, even Mincha, if you're putting on your
The mitzvah of
tefillin.
tefillin is a mitzvah of tefillin. There's nothing to do with anything other than the mitzvah of tefillin. You have to also do it connected to Shacharis because of the fact that Shacharis is when we say the tefillin and Shema. The ideal is to wear it the entire day. So it's supposed to be on your arm, it's supposed to be in your head. All the actions you're doing and all the thoughts that you're having, it's supposed to be focused. Back in the day, the norm was when it hit nighttime, people died and went to sleep. That was the norm. Now we stay up to all hours in the night, right? And the point is that no, we don't do the mitzvahs only during the day and not at night. So therefore we go and we do that. So when you say is it half, it's not half, but it's still ideal to do it in the morning.
But you
Oh,
can
yeah,
only
so
say
it's-
Shema
it's-
before a certain time, right?
Yeah, it's supposed to be saying,
So the only reason why we put on our tefillin in the morning instead of the afternoon is because of Shema.
well, yeah, I mean, if you didn't put it on in the morning, put it on in the afternoon, absolutely. Yeah, because it's known, the Mishnah Berurah writes that someone who says Shema without wearing tefillin, it's called Eidos Sheker. It's like you're falsely testifying. You're talking about this thing you're not doing. Same as tzitzit. It's like people that don't wear tzitzit for some reason. It's crazy. I don't know why someone would. It's like free money. It's like, you literally, it's residual free income. It's like, oh, I'm not comfortable. Bologna sandwich. You're not comfortable emotionally because you don't like the fact they're not Jews. Look at you anyway because you don't self-esteem. Sorry, that slipped out. But the point is that ultimately, yeah, so we wear talis, we wear tzitzit, we wear the tefillin during Shema, and we say Ten Shabbos. Correct. But tefillin, you wear it all day. You don't put it on in the morning, put it on at night. In the afternoon. Put it in the afternoon.
Yeah. I don't know. I've learned that it's like less of a mitzvah, not less of a mitzvah.
That's for sure. There's a mitzvah of tefillin.
I know mitzvah of tefillin,
Yeah.
but you get less Like, let's say.
Do not get less. You put on tefillin anytime during the day, you're fulfilling the mitzvah of tefillin. It is ideal to say in the morning because of Shema, and therefore we mention it, and therefore do it in the morning. Yeah, we can do that. Put it on. You don't go like, because if you have that mentality, you know what happens? Yeah, I missed it already. Forget it.
What?
The mentality that you were taught is a mentality of, all right, I missed it in the morning. It's less anyway. Like, why even put it on? It's just, bro.
No, I mean, it's not necessarily true.
Okay, great. So fantastic. But for those that is true, it's true. For those that isn't true, it isn't true.
Is it bad to put it on multiple times in a day?
Is it what?
Or is it bad to put it on multiple times in a day?
Is it bad? It's not the common practice.
To like, I know I've heard some people say, oh, I've already put it on today, I can't put it on again. Was that wrong?
That is an incorrect statement.
Okay.
Some people can put it on again.
Nice.
Not the norm, not the common thing that we do, but
But with the bracha?
sure.
In what way do you mean by
70 days when you go to the bathroom. Let's say you're in shachar. You take off your tefillin, you go to the bathroom, you come back, you put it back on. Make a bracha.
Make a bracha again.
Sure.
So every time you plant tefillin, you make that same bracha?
Yeah?
Say with your talit, if you put it off.
No. Talit's a different story.
Why?
Talit's a different story because it depends. If you took it off and you're putting it away and you're done with it, and you want to put it on again later, so then you make a new bracha. But if you, let's say you're wearing your talit, you decide you want to go to the bathroom, and you want to come back and put it back on, and it says you don't make a new bracha. Why? Because really, me'ikra din, according to the letter of the law, you're allowed to take your talit into the bathroom. You don't do that for respect or whatever, but you could. Just like you wear tzitzit and you go into the bathroom, right? The talit's also like, since technically you didn't have to take it off, therefore your mind is now still connected to it. But tefillin, you're not allowed to bring it into the bathroom. Right? Since you're not allowed to do that, therefore it has to be a new bracha because it's a complete stop. The question would be, if let's say you wear talit, it falls off and you notice it fell off. So now is it considered you make new bracha? Not the discussion. That's going to have to you don't make new bracha according to do because you lost it or whatever. Let's try to get into the nitty-gritties. The questions have shifted. Yeah, what do you got?
Also, pick off topic. Would you say Judaism and Zionism is connected?
What's Zionism? What does that mean?
Zionism is believing in the state of Israel for the Jewish people.
Believing in the state of
Like
Israel.
believing in having like the state of Israel for the Jewish people. You know?
I don't understand. What does that mean?
Like you think being like Judaism is also connected us having this Jewish land in Israel?
I still don't understand the question. I don't get it. What's Judaism?
Judaism is everything that's in the Torah, like us being Jews, us following Halakha, and us being the best possible Jews we could be.
So what does that have to do with the state of Israel?
It's maybe being in Israel just make you a better Jew.
1 second. So something like being in Israel is not what you just described. You said state of Israel. What?
Yeah,
so
having the state of Israel for the Jewish
you
people.
could be in Israel without having the state of Israel.
Not necessarily.
No?
Not necessarily. If let's say
You like that sentence. You love to use that word. Not necessarily. You've used it many times so far. Put aside the not necessarily.
Because
Can one be in Israel without there being a state of Israel?
Yeah, of course.
I think that's pretty straightforward.
No, because
So
let's say this was taken over by a different group of people. Let's say it's taken over by the Muslims, and we wouldn't necessarily be able to come to this
Not
land.
necessarily.
If the Muslims take over, we will not be able to come to Israel. Not necessarily.
Right? Yes.
What are you
that's
talking
what-
about? The Muslims ruled Israel in the 20s and we were allowed to be here. You're just spewing anti-rhetoric. I got it. Which is what you don't know.
I'm
That.
asking-
we
I'm
can't
asking
speak
serious-
to
I'm asking
Israel
serious
right
question.
now.
I'm asking.
I just don't understand the question.
No, I'll rephrase the question
No,
again.
no. Oh, I like it. Yeah.
So there's a
This is great.
There's
This
a
is great. What's
country.
happening. Of course I understand this question. They didn't ask anything.
There's a
Yeah.
country called Israel
Yes.
today.
Yes, there is.
And
yesterday.
And yesterday
1,000 years ago.
used to be referred to as
Palestine.
Palestine, whatever. Would you think that us meaning the Jews, having primary control over the country, Israel, is connected and helps us be a better Jew? Because I hear a lot of rabbis say, if you want to be the best Jew you could be, move to Israel, and they believe that Judaism is connected with Zionism.
You're conflating a lot of issues and putting them together. It could be that to be the best Jew you have to be in Israel.
No, but I'm saying in general.
There's so many things that are happening. It's like asking, do you think to be the best Jew that you have to get rid of peanuts?
No, but you
No, because there are people that are allergic to peanuts. So if we get rid of them, then we can daven with them more and we'll be a better Jew. So you're saying, if an issue, then that, the other, necessarily, not necessarily, maybe the other thing, but blah. It's a simple question. Your question is like this. Is it true that in order to be the best Jew, that we should be doing the most mitzvahs? Yeah, for sure.
You know, I'm saying
Let's just do the science.
like as God gave the land to our forefathers, I think being in this land, specifically being in this land,
Yeah.
makes us a better Jew.
Okay, so let's say that's true. Let's have to do the science.
Zionism is
Can that
what
exist
Zionism-
outside? Can that exist outside of Zionism?
Maybe, probably not. If let's say
All I'm
today-
saying is this a peanut question? You're asking
No,
a practical
no,
question?
I'm asking a
of that
real
if we
question.
didn't own it, then we wouldn't be able to be here?
Yeah.
So then you're asking a peanut question.
If we didn't own this land, we wouldn't.
Do you understand what I'm saying to you? You're asking the following question. You're saying, oh shit, what's up with this shit? You're saying, okay, in the realm of practicality, right? It's a practicality question. You want to say, if we own Israel, then something, and if we don't own Israel, then something. That's where you're starting with this. So you're not asking me a question about Judaism.
No, but
You're asking me a practicality
but
question.
also saying how if Judaism is intertwined with Zionism,
You didn't say anything yet. What's Zionism?
Zionism is believing the state of Israel for the Jewish people. We were promised this land
What does that have to do with Judaism?
because if it's also in the Torah. If Israel and having this land is also in the Torah, while also all the other mitzvot are in the Torah too, then wouldn't you say they're connected?
I still haven't, again, it's possible I'm slow. I haven't heard anything yet. And really, of course, I heard your words, but I'm pushing you to home because you haven't really asked me. This is what you're saying. I grew up in a home which is very Zionistic. I'm Yisrael Kai. I had blue and white donuts. I sang in Yom Ha'atzmaut. I have relatives in the army. I love the concept that we own it. Now that I have all those emotions and those feelings, is there a mitzvah in the Torah to own the country and call it Israel and run the Senate? That seems to be your question.
Like is there
I don't know what the connection between those two things are.
like
I also love Israel. I also have blue and white donuts. I also have relatives in the army. I also live here for more than half of life, more than 2/3 of my life at this stage. I love the place. It's great, not 2/3 yet, but almost. I love the place. Fantastic, beautiful. What that has to do with the state of Israel, I have no clue. So you call it Israel, you call it Palestine. What does that change anything?
because we got this land given to us by the
Who
same God.
cares? It's just a name. Who cares? Call it Saskatchewan. What does that change?
I mean, first of all, names in the Torah hold a lot of meaning.
Who cares? I'll call it Israel. They'll call it.
Yeah, but then we're not able to openly practice our religion. It's taken over by
Stop right there.
you know.
Are you back to a practicality question?
But fine. I'm saying, take that.
Seriously, I love the fact that we can openly, be involved with our Judaism, and I love the fact that I can wear tefillin and walk in the street
Okay.
even in the afternoon.
Fine, so I'm
I
gonna-
love that concept. And
Very-
maybe if they took over, I wouldn't be able to do that, and that would really suck.
Very big follow up.
Oh,
Let's say.
first question. Go ahead.
Alright, let's say that Donald Trump decided Hawaii is now for the Jews and all Jews, and they get everyone out of there in Hawaii. Only Jews are living there. Very safe place for Jews to openly practice. You think that is as good as having the land of Israel?
No, I'm not sure what you're saying. Having the land. You mean living in the land?
Living in the land.
Yeah, I think it's better to live in the land than Israel.
You think if we had our own place in
It's
Hawaii?
like we. I think I'd much rather live in Israel than Hawaii.
No, yeah, but I'm just. I want to make sure. I want to make sure I'm clear right now.
Yeah.
So let's say we had Hawaii for
Yeah.
all the Jews.
Yes.
All the Jews that get to live there.
Hawaii, all the
daven.
Jews, baby. Hawaii, the big island.
Yes, everyone gets to live there, daven freely, do mitzvah freely,
Yeah, you
everything.
want build a base of English there. Yeah.
Or the Jews get to be in Israel.
Yes.
Do you think it's better for our Judaism if it was in Israel instead of Hawaii?
Of course. There's a mitzvah of being in Eretz Yisrael. There's only mitzvahs you can do in Eretz Yisrael. Correct.
So isn't that what I was saying?
I don't know what this to do with Zionism. That's just it's living in Eretz Yisraal. What does it do with Zionism?
Zionism's like the process of having.
So now
a
you're
state.
creating something different than I think.
I'm not really understanding.
I'm asking one simple question. What does Zionism mean?
wanting a
According
state
to
of,
me-
wanting a state of Israel for the Jewish people, no?
I didn't know that. According to me, Zionism, the word Zion means Sion. Sion means Yerushalayim.
What do you think Zionism is?
What do you think? The word Zion is an anglicized word of the word Sion. It's a word. Zion,
Yeah.
where does it come from? From Sion. What's Sion? Yerushalayim. That's what Sion is.
You think Zionism is just...
What's think? That's what all of Tanakh.
No, I'm
what
saying...
is
the-
I'm not
the
thinking,
word-
you're the one thinking. I'm just saying straight up. The
Okay,
Torah
so
tells
when
us
someone
Sion.
says Zionism, what does that mean?
I don't know what the heck they mean. That's why I always ask them.
Okay, so I'm saying...
It's some made-up concept coming from an emotional place that people want to make something up. What is Zionism really? Sion. Sion is Yerushalayim. I love Yerushalayim. I love the place.
But there's words that have different meanings. And people created words today. Like you
No,
say,
they didn't. God created the world. The word is Sion. Sion is Yerushalayim.
No,
Yeah,
like,
done.
but now it's seen
Which
as
is
a
why I
different
always
word.
ask what
You
people
say same
mean.
as ice cream. Like you say
But
ice cream. God
what's your
didn't-
name again? What's your name?
Jonathan.
Jonathan. Well done. That's why I keep asking you, meaning that people make up things and change meanings. So when you say Zionism, what do you mean? If you mean what the Torah says, that's different than what you made up. If you want to know, do I believe in what you made up? The answer is no, I don't believe what you made up. I believe that it's a good thing that we live in Israel because we get to do mitzvahs. Full stop.
No, I'm saying just because it also has a different meaning in the Torah doesn't mean that the word Zionism is a legitimate word.
It's a made-up word.
You can say that about almost every word in the English language.
I don't care about the English language.
Say in the Hebrew language.
No, not Ben Yehuda 1920s era. It's only changed Lashon HaKodesh. I want to know, what does the word mean? And you told me. The answer is, do I believe that Zionism, according to the way you explained it, is Judaism? The answer is absolutely not. Where do you find that's Judaism?
Okay, so
Do I believe that Sion is in Judaism? Sure. Yerushalayim? Absolutely. Based on
I think
English?
all he's
Yeah.
asking is does the Torah, is there anywhere in the Torah where we find it important that Jews run, or they have a place in Israel where they're, one, able to freely practice Judaism, and two, take part in the government and are treated as equals? I think that's sort of what he's asking. And is there any idea of that in the Torah? I think that's all he's trying to ask.
That I don't know. I haven't
So
seen
done, I think that's it.
That's your question?
I mean, hey, I'm just saying, assuming, I'm saying,
It's close, New York, close, almost. You said no.
I mean, I'm saying, assuming Zionism means, because that's what the word means today, the Jewish belief in the state of Israel. Assuming it means
I don't
that.
understand those words. The Jewish belief in the
Right.
state
Right.
of Israel. What does that mean?
That the Jews live in the state of Israel. Like,
It's different than living in Israel is different than state of Israel. Two separate things. Living in
that
Israel is
the-
different
that
than
the
running
Jews-
government in
that the
Israel.
Jews have the state of Israel. So forget the word Zionism. Do you think Jews having the state of Israel is intertwined with Judaism?
I think it certainly is connected with it, like peanuts.
A state.
I don't get the answer.
A state is in the state of
Could
Israel.
you explain the answer further? Because that is my final question. So my final question is, do you think